Hi everyone, this is the UD6 limits. So as you can see in these videos, we are going to talk about the most common indeterminate forms. As you can see on the screen, we have 6 of them, so today we are going to learn k over 0. So let's do an example. Here we have the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 over x squared. So as usual, the first step is to plug 0 into my function. So here I will get 1 over 0. And remember, this is k over 0 indeterminate form. K can be any real number. So to figure out this kind of indeterminate form, we have to analyze two-sided limits. This is the right side limit because of this sign, and the other one will be the left side limit. Yes. So what does it mean this? When we are analyzing the right side limit, yes, we are approaching to 0 from the right side. So we are taking values a little bit bigger than 0. For example, 0.01 or 0.001 or 0.0001, etc. So if we plug 0.01 into my function, if you use the calculator, this is 10,000. Okay, but be careful, this is not the result. Okay, imagine that instead of the first one, I take the second one. So if I plug 0.001 into my function, this is 1,000,000. Okay, so you can see as we are getting closer to 0, yes, this value is getting bigger. So this means that the right side limit is positive infinity. So for the left side limit, we are approaching to 0 from the left side. So we are taking values a little bit smaller than 0. For example, negative 0.01 or negative 0.001 or negative 0.0001. So if I take the first one and if I plug into my function, yes, this is positive as well, so 10,000. And again, if I take another value, for example, negative 0.001 squared. Okay, this is again 1,000,000. Okay, so as you can see, these values are getting closer to positive infinity. So what happened here? The two-sided limits have the same value. So the results for our limit, yes, our limit x approaches 0 of 1 over x squared will be positive infinity. So remember to write this down on your notebooks, okay, because this is the solution for the limit. So here we have another example. As usual, the first step is to plug 0 into my function. So here I will get 1 over 0, and this is k over 0 indeterminate form. So we have already seen that to solve this kind of indeterminate form, we have to analyze two-sided limits, okay? This is the right side limit and the left side limit. Okay, so again, when we are approaching from the right to 0, we have to take values a little bit bigger than 0. So for example, 0.01 or 0.001 0.0001. Okay, so we take the first one, for example, and we plug into the function. So here we will have this one. Okay, so if we use the calculators to solve this is 100. But be careful, we have already seen that this is not the result of the limit. Imagine that we are taking the second value, 1 over 0.001. This is 1000. Okay, so you can see again that as we are getting closer to 0 from the right side, these values are getting bigger. Okay, so this is positive infinity. What happened on the left side limit? So when we are approaching to 0 from the left side, we have to take values a little bit smaller than 0. So for example, negative 0.01 or negative 0.001 or negative 0.0001. So if we take the first one and we plug into our function, this is 1 over negative 0.01. And this is negative 100. Okay, what happens if we plug into our function the second value? This is negative 1000. So you can see that these values are getting closer to negative infinity. So what happens when two-sided limits have different values? We can say that our limit as x approaching 0 of 1 over x has no solution. Yes, does not exist. You can write it down this way with this notation, or you can write it down everything does not exist. It's the same. Okay, so remember, when we have k over 0 indeterminate form, we have to analyze two-sided limits and then analyze the solution. If both are the same, the limit exists, and if both are not the same solution, the limit does not exist.